Breaking. Judge rules MS-13 gang member Kilmar Abrego Garcia should not be detained on his criminal charges. This guy, a known trafficker, a known gang member, is being let out on the street by an activist judge. I'm so sick of these activist judges who don't really have the people's best interests at heart. They rather support these criminals. So we're going to talk about it, but before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. If you're subscribe, if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news now. This comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that federal magistrate judge Barbara Holmes on Sunday ruled MS-13 gang member and wife beater Kilmar Abrego Garcia should not be detained on his criminal charges. Crazy. Abrego Garcia will likely remain in custody on an ICE detainer, though. Thank goodness. Quote, as required by the Bail Reform Act, you know, a lot of these leftist Democrat cities and counties, they have these so-called bail reform where they let criminals out on the street. But anyway, as required by the Bail Reform Act, the court has reviewed the evidence presented at the June 13th hearing and considered the parties' arguments and the pre-trial services report. For the reasons detailed below, the government motion for detention is denied. Specifically, the court finds that no detention hearing is authorized under the Bail Reform Act in this case because the government failed to prove that this case involves a minor victim within the meaning of, and they named the statute, a serious risk that Abrego will flee. Are you kidding me? He's a foreign, he's an illegal. So he definitely a risk at fleeing, or serious risk that Abrego will obstruct justice or otherwise interfere with the integrity of this proceeding as required by, and they give the statute, the judge wrote in a 51-page memo. Crazy, right? Crazy. And you got Kyle Cheney, he tweeted this out. Magistrate Judge rules Abrego Garcia should not be detained on his criminal charges, even though he's likely to remain in ICE custody. Again, thank goodness that he's going to remain in custody under ICE. But earlier this month, Kilmar Abrego Garcia pleaded not guilty to human trafficking charges, as in fought for his release. I'm sorry, and fought for his release pending trial. That was a typo. Abrego Garcia appeared in a Nashville court clad in a red jumpsuit. A federal grand jury in Tennessee recently indicted Kilmar Abrego Garcia for, quote, transporting undocumented migrants within the United States. I mean, he's on video doing this. He was charged with 1 count of conspiracy to transport aliens and 1 count of unlawful transportation of undocumented aliens. According to the indictment, Kilmar Abrego Garcia and co-conspirators from El Salvador, Guatemala, Mexico, and the U.S. were trafficking illegal aliens from 2016 through 2025. And the indictment said if convicted at trial, the defendant faces a maximum punishment of 10 years imprisonment for each alien he transported, the government said. ABC News reported that according to the government's motion for detention, and Abrego Garcia, co-conspirator, told the feds that Abrego Garcia was involved in the murder of a rival gang member's mother. And so they got all this evidence stacked against this dude. And remember, this is the same dude that politicians went over to El Salvador to cape for. This same dude. But last month, Fox News obtained the 2022 body cam footage that shows Kilmar Abrego Garcia being caught human trafficking in Tennessee. This is the video I was talking about. I played it before, but let's go ahead and play it again so y'all can see for yourselves that this guy was caught red-handed trafficking. Here we go.
Van Hollen changed his tune because every day another shoe drops on the Maryland dad. He was a suspect in a human trafficking operation dating back 3 years. And Fox Digital just got their hands on the body cam. But you're seeing it here first. Tennessee Highway Patrol stopped Kilmar for speeding and noticed he had 8 other people in the car. all no luggage. Take a look.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Good, and you?
All right.
Everything good?
You got a bunch of people here, don't you?
It's 1 for sick. Yes. Go back to work.
Gotcha. Where you working at?
Where?
Where?
San Luis, Missouri.
Missouri?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I'm from to Maryland.
Where do y'all live at?
Where I living? I live in Maryland.
Maryland?
Yeah, also here.
Whose vehicle is it?
What, excuse me?
Whose car is it?
It's to my boss.
Your boss?
My boss, yeah.
Where's he live? Where's your boss live?
My boss right now is staying in Maryland, but he live in Texas.
Okay.
In Houston, Texas.
After talking to Kilmar, the officers had no doubt he was trafficking.
I don't understand why they let him go in the first place, though, after this happened. That's my thing.
You know what you got here, right? He's hauling these people for money. You got an ass hauler, is what he's doing. But sometimes they commingle dope. And
No. What?
he,
Did you see that squad at the back?
there's 8 people in there.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. They put an extra row of seats in there.
Yeah. So he's getting paid to haul these people, probably to Maryland, I would say, if I had my
He
guess.
said they all work together. That's what he's telling me, but he's the only one that knows how English.
So let me ask you this. They don't have any luggage in there, right? And if you get them out, they're going to have a tube of toothpaste and they're going to have toothbrushes in their pockets, I guarantee it.
He's got $1,400 cash in his pocket in an envelope.
So in the video, you can see one of the
Red-handed.
cops making a phone call.
So, because if they were traveling like that, they would have luggage. They travel from, they said Houston to Maryland with absolutely no luggage, right? Are you serious?
The body cam audio cuts out for 10 minutes. Sources told us that on that call was Joe Biden's FBI, which
Wow.
advised police not to detain Kilmar at the time.
Wow.
That source also tells us Highway Patrol called Biden's ICE, and they never showed up. Biden's
Of
guys
course not.
said an MS-13 gangster, suspected human smuggler and wife beater, released into the country. God knows what he did and was never caught for before Trump deported him. Primetime will keep digging and keep you posted when we find.
And that's who the Democrats are crying over, who rioting in the streets over, is people like this dude that commit these heinous crimes, murder mothers, traffic people and children, and beat up on women. This is who the left wants to protect. It's ridiculous. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this this judge basically giving him no bail, even though, thank goodness, the feds are going to continue to hold this guy. But leave your comments down below, like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.